Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, babies in their diapers, welcome to the Tiberius Show with your host, Tiberius Boy!
That's me, Tiberius!
Today, we're going to talk about some very awesome stuff. We have a role-playing video game about plans of killing zombies, a book about living your life like a video game, and we have a totally awesome guest. Today we have the one, the only, the amazing Eric Zuley! Eric is the founder of the EZWay network.
Hi, Tiberius. Thanks so much for having me on the show, and big fan. And I watch you all the time on our network, EZWay Network.
No problem. Also, today we're going to start off with a video of the week, and this is going to be a tycoon.
And now it's time for the video game of the week.
Today's video game is Plants vs. Zombies Defense Tycoon. This game is by GD Corp. Because it's on Roblox, you are able to play it on PC, Mac, Xbox, and even your cell phone. And it is free!
Free is for me. Sounds cool.
You might remember GD Corp from their other game, Mindtopia Minigames. So first off, you appear in front of a house and you have to build it. Oh wait, I thought this was Plants vs. Zombies. Oh, well you do have to build the house and earn coins to be able to afford the next part of the house. Well, after you get the house built, you then have to build the front yard. And once that is done, you are offered to play a minigame of Plants vs. Zombies. This play is just like a cell phone game. Now, my dad played it with me and he got pretty far. There was even a boss fight and the entire world changed colors and everyone could leave their house to go after the boss. But it was not clear how to attack him. After 30 minutes of trying, both me and my dad left the game.
You know, Tiberius, me and my dad do a lot of stuff together as well, and I hope that when he watches this episode, he'll start playing some video games with me, because I know it's a good stress reliever.
You're not wrong. Well, I'd give Plants vs. Zombies Defense Tycoon 8 out of 10 stars because I enjoyed the game that is played like a mix of a tycoon game and that cell phone game, but did not enjoy that we could not figure out how to attack the boss. And now it's time for the book of the week, Josh Baxter Levels Up. This book is written by Galvin Brown. Remember to the back of the book. In fact, Eric, would you like to do the honors?
Sure, Tiberius. Level up and win. Player 1, Josh Baxter, backstory. Gamer, new kid at the third new school in 2 years. Lives with his mom and his sister, Lindsay, a.k.a. Princess Perfect. Enemies, Henry Schmitzendorf, middle school football star, a.k.a. the Mitten Monster. This is a kid named Josh trying to get used to the new school.
Okay. Now, this is not an AR book, so you don't get any points for reading it. But it is a lot of fun. Now, I really like this book because it has a child thinking of school as a video game. So, there's a kid named Josh Baxter that loves video games. Is normally one of those moving kids that go to different schools like every 1 year or 6 months. And him and his sister are moving to a different school again. And Josh imagines it like a video game, which is cool in my opinion. But then, next you see his hit points and health. And there are like 3 of them. And new skills learned like at the end of the first chapter. And he loses all of his health, which is not cool. Loses a life out of his 3. And got 2 new dumb skills like Summon Bully and Impenetrable Aurora of Stupidity. Well, some of the illustrations were very funny according to me. I even saw an XP dot. I really love video games and they're really fun, but you know there's always has to be a problem. And this problem is in the school. It's bullies, yes. And I know people do get bullied, but why not stand up for themselves and practically bully the bully? Well, either way, I really enjoy the style of book.
You know, I was bullied when I was a kid, and I'm actually an advocate, a big advocate for bullying, Tiberius.
Okay.
For stopping bullying. Not for bullying, but for stopping bullying.
Okay. Well, I give Josh Baxter Levels Up 7 out of 10 stars because I love the idea of thinking of life as a video game. If you like video games, then this is a great book for you.
Aw, Dad, my computer's slow again and I can't play my games.
Call Your Computer Solutions today, and we will scan for viruses and clean that computer up remotely and make it fast again. Our phone number is 407-826-0810.
Thanks, Dad. My computer's fast again. Now I can do my homework. Thanks for calling Your Computer Solutions at 407-826-0810.
And now it's time for our interview of an interesting person. Today's guest is going to be so much fun. Today we have the one, the only, the amazing Eric Zuley. Eric is the founder of the EZWay Network.
EZWay Network, and EZWay Network actually, EZWay TV airs the Tiberius show, and thanks so much for having me, Tiberius. I always tell people you're like a little Larry King, and we're gonna do everything we can to help support you and your show. Thank you for having me on.
Well, that's exactly what I tried for.
Yeah, you got
mini Larry King
things going on. You got the personality. You got a little bit more personality than Larry, I think, but. And actually, I don't know if you know this, Tiberius, but one of the nonprofits that we represent, I sit on the board of, actually Larry King endorses them, Better Vision for Children.
I need better vision.
Everybody does.
So first off, how are you enjoying being on the show?
I love it. I think, in fact, I've been doing this for over 22 years. I've been a producer for a very long time, and you guys are very professional. And you actually are doing the setups properly. You're positioning the guest. You're letting you're doing the right camera angles, and you have a great personality in front of camera and on the microphone. So that's why we picked your show up.
Thank you. So you were listed as the founder of the EZWay TV network. For listeners that don't know what that is, can you explain what is the EZWay network?
So EZWay Network is a connections network. It's a digital concierge connections network. And we also have a TV network and a podcast and magazine and ways to advertise and promote people. But ultimately, we're a social network that connects people to a higher level. So if you're a person playing video games and you want to scale that and you want to get more people to know how you play video games, or you want to get more visibility online, Tiberius, we are the people you come to. And we have a network of probably about 6,700 members and 820,000 visitors per month. And we reach millions of homes and mobile phones on Roku, Apple, Amazon, Google Play, and the mobile phones, which is where your show is airing.
Wow. So how long have you been doing this?
Like I said, over 22 years. I started in 2002, 2003 or something like that. We really got dug in.
2001.
2001. Thanks. You're better at math than I am. But actually, I wasn't necessarily in the industry in Hollywood, but I actually technically started around 2016 in sales and business and things like that. So that's why I'm kind of off. But if you're talking about PR and entertainment and speaking and like that type of stuff, I've been doing this for a good solid 20 years. And now I'm coaching people on how to do it themselves, really how to monetize your microphone like what you're doing. We're showing people how to do product placement and advertising and actually not waste their time and be comfortable in front of their computer and make money.
Okay. Now it says here that your network is IMDb accredited. What does that mean?
Great question. So IMDb is Internet Movie Database. It is the platform that allows somebody to get on red carpets, to get on stages, to rank better. The more credits you have on IMDb, it's actually the largest movie television database in the world. The more people are going to accept you and they're going to want to do things with you. And so when you're IMDb accredited, that's kind of a big deal. It's hard to do. And we've been an actual TV station for a very long time. We've been credited. I have over 7 YouTube channels on YouTube. And when we got on Roku and all the mainstream OTT platforms, we became IMDb accredited, which means we can actually give IMDb credits. So the fact that your show is on our network, we can actually give IMDb credits through our network to other individuals, your guests, anybody that's involved with your show, even your dad behind the camera, the engineer, anybody that's involved in a production, we can credit them, which then helps to scale them and give them more opportunity.
Wow. So, when did you want to know that this is what you wanted to do for a living?
I remember when I was, I would say about 16, 17, 18, around there. And I told my dad, I watched Usher on TV. I watched Jimmy Kimmel. I watched, Dick Clark, and all these people. And I'm an entertainer by trade. Like, I've always been that guy that would have people at my house, and I was always a people person. And I love doing events. I just love people. Like, when I'm on Zoom or I'm at a physical event, I just need to know who everybody is. And so I've always been a connector at heart. And so I would say probably about 16, 17, 18, around there is where it really clicked. And I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I know I wanted to help people.
Okay. Now, how does running your own TV network make the world a better place?
Well, it's reach. A lot of people say there's strength in numbers. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would.
So if you have numbers, you have power. You can make a difference. You can make things happen. And every single person that's on our network, they promote their podcast, their show, their films. So more numbers are going to come into our network. And what we do with those numbers, what we do with that influence, is how you make a difference.
Okay. Now, what are the best reasons that someone would want to join your network?
Well, because you can scale and meet higher quality people. It's a very educational network. If you want to get more promotion, more advertising for your business, you can a lot of times get that for free just by being a part of our network. Now, mind you, network can mean a lot of different things. We have a social network, a community of people that network and promote themselves to one another. And then we have a TV network, a radio network, and a magazine that promotes others. And so in a sense, we have one giant network of multiple different divisions of things that creates results. But we call that EZWay network. But we actually have a TV network, a podcast network, and multiple networks inside of a network.
Wow. Now, how do you select who is good and who to put on TV, and who do you have to pass on?
That's a great question. Well, it's vetting. We actually have a lot of people that work for our network, and there's a vetting process. So they'll submit an application. They'll submit content to us. We'll search them out on social media. We actually do contests for spokespeople like yourself. We're actually going to be doing a big contest to look for the next BVC kid, Better Vision for Children kid, to make them a star, kind of like what Disney does. And so there's a very extensive vetting process that happens, and we have a research and development team that does that.
Okay, cool. Now, what is the most misunderstood part about your business?
Most misunderstood part of my business? Wow. I would say probably the complication, because we do so much and it's such a big empire, I call it. It can be a little confusing. And so we are working on that right now. We're actually working on a more simplified social network and a more simplified way for people to understand how our network can help them.
Okay. Now, it says on your website that you provide access to the stars, content creators, and entrepreneurs. Are we talking like major stars?
You tell me. Do you think Kevin Sorbo from Hercules is a major star, or the Power Rangers, the Blue Ranger, Najee Detej on the Power Rangers, Disney stars? You see them on TV, or you see them on the big screen or Netflix. You're probably going to see them on EZWay.
Whoa. Can you get Kevin Sorbo on my show?
Kevin Sorbo is a very good friend of mine. I can definitely ask him.
Sweet. Now, do you need a lot of training to be able to run your own TV network?
Yes. So I've worked with the co-founder of E Entertainment Television. I worked with the former president of distribution for Sony Pictures. I've worked with top level people, and I'm still learning as I go. I've worked with the best in the business. I'm still making mistakes. So I definitely recommend anybody that's interested in doing their own network to do a lot of research and hang out with people that know what they're doing, because that's what I did. You are who you hang with.
Okay. Now, what is the best part of running a TV network?
Well, the power that you have to make a difference, the fact that you can help people. I mean, one of the best parts of my day when I wake up is seeing a smile on my members' faces, hearing the testimonials and the case studies and the reviews. I met so-and-so. Oh my God, I got so much traffic to my website. I've learned so much from so-and-so. Give you a good, for instance, we actually have one of the founders of Priceline, if you've heard of that company, is one of our members and a very good friend of mine. And we have one of his speeches on TV on our network. And it's such a good speech, and it gives such good guidance. It's been a life changer for some of our other members that have watched it. And we have, people like one of the founders of LA Fitness. We have the co-author Rich Dad Poor Dad, like a lot of business people that are very established. So you learn a lot. I'd say our network is very educational.
Okay. Now, what is the coolest project that you've gotten to work on?
Oh, wow. Well, I would say What You Need TV, which is the YouTube channel that we have on YouTube, close to 14 million viewers. Because of that channel, I was able to work with Akon, if you know who that is. He owns a very large record label. If you know who Lady Gaga is and things like that, he discovered and kind of helped start Lady Gaga and major artists. So I worked with him for a long time and a lot of his producers. I've worked with a lot of stars and producers. And because of having a large YouTube channel with large views like that, I've met major people that are involved with major films. I'm a producer now. I'm actually doing a film right now that involves Mark Hamill and Kevin Bacon. We're in talks with really major people for a major film coming out. And basically, it's the microphone of me interviewing people just like you. Having a network, having a YouTube channel, I was able to have my show Easy Talk Live, the Easy Show, and I was able to meet incredible people. And so the power of the microphone is everything, and it opens up every door that you could ever dream of.
Okay. Now, what's the hardest part about running this kind of business?
Oh, wow. Well, that's a great question. So funding is very hard to come by. It's very expensive to run. I mean, your dad knows it's very expensive to edit, to have teams to run things, social media teams, PR teams, editing teams, graphic design teams, SEO, blogging, maintaining that type of stuff, and actually program directors to make sure things come on at the right schedule, member directors that run customer service for our members. It's very expensive to maintain a business like that. And so I've learned a lot of strategies, and I've had a lot of help over the years. And I really appreciate all the EZWay family that has helped me to be able to get to the point where I am now, which is a 6-figure earning company going on 7, to be able to help a lot of people.
Wow, 6 figures. It's a lot of figures.
Go figure, right?
Yeah. Now, my dad said that you are the one that got my show on TV. Thank you very, very much. Which of my episodes would you like the best?
That was the biggest part of the interview because that was the one that knocked your hat off. Did you guys notice that? I think, there was one episode that my favorite is the one that I'm on here, this episode. This is going to be my favorite. But there was one episode you did that had something to do with like a comic guy, something to do with comics. And he was a Caucasian gentleman, and it was just very interesting. And then what's interesting about your show, Tiberius, is you have general guests, but really unique stories to those guests. It's obvious that you guys do a lot of research to make it entertaining for the audience. And it's not just one genre, it's very variety. So you never know what you're going to get with the Tiberius show. I did the same thing with Easy Talk Live when I did my thing. Wow.
Now, did that episode get a lot of views?
Yeah, you guys are new to the network. I think what creates views is consistency, which you guys are doing. Your dad's doing a very good job on being consistent with putting your episodes up and working with our team. And you guys are getting good, steady views. And it's starting to grow.
This is turning into like a meeting.
Hey, believe it or not, Tiberius, some of the biggest and best meetings that I've closed came from them coming on my show and having such a good time. The business deal would happen afterwards.
Wow. Well, if you can think of one person that I should interview, who should it be?
Who do you want to interview?
I'm asking you.
Yeah, but I'm asking you because we might be able to make it happen. We're pretty connected with a lot of people. I mean, we've been involved with the Oscars, the Emmys, the People's Choice Awards, the MTV Movie Awards, the Grammys. Some of the biggest platforms that you can be on. Our cameras have been at. I've been at. And so we have access to a lot of incredible people. I would say, I mean, have you ever interviewed any of the Power Rangers?
No.
Well, then maybe we can make that happen because a lot of them are my friends.
Well, I will also like the person from The Greatest Showman as well.
Who's that?
The guy who plays Wolverine.
Oh my God, I can't believe I can't remember his name right now.
Neither can I.
So,
But yeah.
I don't know if I have access to him, but I do have people that own studios that probably do.
Wow. Okay.
So,
now I'm wondering, how'd you get the name EZWay? Is it because of your initials?
it is because of my initials. Yes. Hugh Jackman. That's his name.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
So we got the name. We created the name EZWay because we make it a little easier, and not even a little. We make it really easy, a lot easier on everybody's businesses. And it is my initials, and the easy way is much better than the hard way. So it's just that simple. Let's make it easy.
Okay. Now, who can you say was the person that helped drive your passion the most?
My dad would be my dad would be my biggest inspiration. And, seeing him go through what he went through, which was, he was diagnosed with lymphoma cancer, and he was told that he had a certain amount of time to live. And by my dad's faith, he actually beat cancer twice. He was diagnosed twice. And
Wow.
so it goes, he's a very big inspiration for me because he's led by faith, and I've seen miracles. I've seen God and angels get behind that man. And it happens a lot in the EZWay family because when you have faith in your faith, miracles happen. So my dad's a big inspiration. And also too, I want to also say, Omar Periu and Jeff Hoffman and some of the members, some of the higher quality members that are a part of our network, the fact that they took time to support me and pass their hand down to pull me up is a very big inspiration to me. And really all of our members that really take the time to treat me as well as every other fellow members with respect, I have a lot of respect for. And so I'd say the EZWay family in general.
Okay. Now, what advice would you give to my listeners if they wanted to grow up and run their own TV network?
So your listeners, if they want to grow up and run their own TV network, well, first and foremost, we actually do a Zoom to connect with audience. It's every other Thursday called the EZWay Pitch Party. Your dad's been on it. I hope you join us. I'd love to bring you on sometime as one of our celebrity speakers.
Sure.
And I recommend that anybody that's watching this connects EZWayFamily.com, letter E, letter Z, EZWayFamily.com, and registers. You'll learn a lot more. You'll get involved with great people, celebrities, and all that stuff. But you'll really learn how we do what we do. And my best recommendation, my best little tip of success to people watching is do research. Go on Google and really do your research. Go on YouTube. That's how I've become who I am today. If I don't know something, I do my research. I learn. I get my product knowledge. And really do your research if this is what you want to do. And I always say that the 3 A's, not the Auto Club, not the AAA, but EZWay is AAA. Power of affiliation, power of association, and power of appreciation will get you everywhere.
Okay. So, what is the best advice that you've ever received, and who gave you that advice?
That's a great question. I got to really think about that. Best advice that I've ever received. I would say my dad gave me some great advice. The way in which you think will determine your outcome. The way in which your mindset is will determine your future. And so when I go into a meeting, when I do an interview, when I do anything, I'm already thinking and knowing, not even thinking. I hate the word thinking. I already know that I closed the deal. I already know that if I'm going to be on a stage and I'm going to be talking, by the way, I talk about how to monetize your microphone, how to do podcasting, how to do shows like this, but actually make money with it. I know that I'm going to kill it, and I'm going to get everybody in that audience to respond back to us. I'm going to capture that audience, and we're going to be able to, engage with them. And it happens because I know it and I have no doubt.
Now, what was the first job that you've ever had?
Party World. I was 15 years old going on 16, and it was a retail store, and it sold party equipment and like costumes and like, if you were doing a birthday party, like that type of stuff. And it started expanding. I started there, and then I worked with my dad for a few, and my dad was an executive and did real estate, and he did actually registering Ansel systems and fire systems for big companies. And so I
Well, was there
assisted.
anything you learned from that job that helped you to be a better TV network?
Well, I mean, you learn organizational skills and you learn management skills. And I mean, any job, you're going to learn skills to evolve and escalate. I would say one of the jobs that I had that really helped me run the TV network and make money with it would be CompUSA, believe it or not. You've heard of that store?
No, I have not.
So CompUSA was like a Best Buy. You know what Best Buy is, right? Okay. So CompUSA was like a Best Buy. It was a computer store where you can buy computer equipment, you can buy software, and you can get computers and all that type of stuff. So I was certified with CompUSA as a lead in technology as well as sales, and I learned a lot of sales skills within that company, as well as mortgages and a lot of other businesses. I've done sales for a long time, and I recognized and adopted a lot of strategies in sales. And then as I built my company, I started hanging out with other people and learning other things, and I started tweaking it into our own pitch, our own style.
Wow.
We always say, we will polish it, you pitch it, we'll promote it, you'll win. And we
Okay.
created a whole system that really makes everybody else win.
Wow. What message do you want to tell children all over the world about doing the work that you do?
Follow your dreams, listen to your parents, but follow your dreams while you're listening to your parents. No matter what, make it be about your dreams and your goals. And your dad's probably like, hey, don't tell him that. But really, it's about what you want in your heart. If you want to be a cook, if you are interested in food,
I love
to
cooking.
be honest, I really always did my own thing. And so my message to everybody is do your own thing that makes you happy no matter what. And to the parents out there that might be watching, be like my dad and support your kids in what they want to do. Let them be an entrepreneur if they want to. Definitely do what you need to do as a parent, but really let your kids do what they want to do and believe in them and invest into them like my dad did. And look at where I am now today.
Wow. Well, what is the craziest thing that has happened while you were doing your passion?
I've been honored and actually recognized. I've had a lot of accolades. I'm actually a Universal Peace Ambassador for over 180 countries. I've been honored by Congress. I've had awards named after me. I've honored people like the co-founder of E! Entertainment Television and the founder of Make-A-Wish Foundation. And so a lot of accolades. But I would say the most rewarding thing is when people tell me that we've helped change their lives. And you can Google that. You can go to Better Business Bureau. You can research us. We've done it with thousands of people's brands and businesses.
Okay. Well, what was the biggest mistake you ever made, and how did it change you as a person?
Oh, that's a great question. Biggest mistake I've ever made. Well, I mean, in life, you learn from your mistakes. So I've done a lot of mistakes. I've had a lot of things happen to me in my career, and if you don't learn from your mistakes, then it's a problem. But I actually have learned from a lot of my mistakes, and if I think of one, it would be when people are negative towards you, you really just need to ignore them and not acknowledge them. Sometimes you need to stand up for yourself, depending on what it is. But any negativity that comes to your visibility, you just need to be a professional and ignore them. And I wasn't. I addressed a lot of it. So now that I've learned what I've learned, I would definitely ignore it and just get back at them by the success that I can prove.
Well, what if the bully doesn't stop bullying you?
Okay, so your question is what to do if a bully doesn't stop bullying you and you want to get rid of that bully? Well, you tell your parents. First and foremost, I don't care what anybody says. You let an authority figure, you let your brother, your sister, your parents know as soon as it happens, because the bottom line is you have to nip it in the bud, and you can't let it continue, and you can't let it escalate. You have to just, it's like ripping off a Band-Aid. You have to rip off that Band-Aid and not worry about the pain. You just have to let somebody know. My dad always raised me, as well as other people that were involved in my life, to defend myself if it comes down to it. So if you're talking about a physical bully, If he touches you in any way, you have the right to defend yourself. And I usually recommend to people that they learn how to defend themselves if need be. But the best thing is tell a teacher, tell a parent, tell somebody. If you're talking about an online bully, that is a little different. That's usually handled on a legal perspective. You actually have your attorney or your other authorities that are involved with your situation handle that and contact them. One thing that you can actually do if it's an online bully is you report it. If it's on Facebook, for instance, you report it. That's actually abusive nature. It violates their terms and conditions. And a lot of times they will remove their accounts if you report it correctly, and you actually get other people to flag that account. Because honestly, I don't feel that accounts should be online. I don't feel people should get the ability to put fake blogs up. I think that a lot of people do need to come together and unite against bullies on the internet. I'm a big advocate for that because that's happened to me a lot online and physically, and I've learned to defend myself against it. But the best thing to do is tell your parents or teacher.
Okay. So when you're not working, what do you do for fun?
Wow, fun. What is that? I haven't had that in a long. No, I enjoy taking a walk and actually walking my dog. I haven't done it in a while, but I enjoy snowboarding, fishing. Things that are tranquil. Sleeping. I love sleeping. Whenever I get a chance to do that and taking a nap. But believe it or not, Tiberius, I'm a dancer. I'm actually a professional dancer. I've taught dance. I do like the ticking stuff, and I used to be a break dancer. I used to do a lot of the fancy stuff you see, and so I enjoy to dance. I enjoy streaming. Believe it or not, it's not a job for me at all. When I'm in front of the camera, I do a live stream actually called the Digital Handshake Effect. It's called a pitch you party, promote you party. And I enjoy that type of stuff because, again, I get to help people. And so I get a lot of people to come onto stream, and like you could join that stream, and I would pitch and promote the heck out of you and go, hey, here's Tiberius. Boy, you need to get on his show. Da, 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 da. Check him out. And you'll get more followers. You'll get more people that will support you. So I enjoy doing things like that.
Okay. So do you play video games? And if you do, what's your favorite one?
Like I said, StarCraft and Warcraft were my games, man.
Okay.
You
gotta set it up one time.
We're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to do that.
My dad, and you. That would be fun.
I will play both of you guys. I haven't done it in a while, but I had skills. And in fact, StarCraft and Warcraft was the beginning of my career. It's the reason I am who I am today, because playing video games is what helped me learn strategy, is what helped me to think quicker, is what helped me to, just strategy is a big part in business. And, you have to do a lot of research and you have to get product knowledge. And I did a lot of research on Google. And so I would say the thing that started me out was StarCraft and Warcraft and Zelda. You remember Zelda and Nintendo?
Oh, yeah.
Games that make you think. And I definitely recommend anybody watching this to play games that make you think. Don't play games that make you stupid. Because you're gonna be more successful when you play games like that and you play educational games. But don't get me wrong, I like
is somehow an educational game.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
It does introduce you to strategy.
I definitely recommend playing some good strategy games, and there's a lot of great apps out that are free apps. And there's a lot of in my spare time I like to do that as well. But I like the Grand Theft Auto occasionally, and Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I used to play that a lot, and I was really good at it. Remember Star Fox and 007 and like those role playing games where you walk along, Doom. I love the games where you can get a group of people together and you can play.
Well, what's your favorite book to read?
The Influence Effect, my own book, actually, because my book actually has over 50 different stories of people's success and a lot of different information on how I met top level people that are very successful, 6 to 9 figure earners, and their stories and why they decided to work with me. And so it's called The Influence Effect. You can go on Google and just search Eric Zuley book. And I actually read my own book. I also read Think and Grow Rich and Chicken Soup for Your Soul. And again, books that make you smarter and give you good strategy tips.
How about one that you haven't written?
I just gave you 2 I haven't written. Nice one. This Chicken Soup for Your Soul, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Outwitting the Devil is a great one by Greg Reed. A lot of our members have books, so I always try to support our members. And whenever I get some free time, which I don't have much of anymore, but I do try to read a book here and there.
Okay. Now, can you tell me that one story? Remember, this is a kid's show. But the one story, well, that you're not supposed to tell me about. Come on, you can tell me.
These are good questions. The one story that I'm not supposed to tell you about, it's a kid's show. So we do a lot of charity stuff, and we did a event called Community Santa, and the stars of Nickelodeon, the stars of Star Wars, the stars of Disney, a lot of stars that kids would enjoy, that they watch. They were there actually at that event, and they would actually hand out gifts to less fortunate communities and families and kids that actually can't have Christmases. And that event had probably close to 1,500 people. And I want to give a special thank you to a lot of my friends and a lot of the agencies and PR companies that got involved, that was able to get those stars to come out, because I think it's really awesome that when stars take the time to support good causes like that. And we ended up giving away a lot of presents, and we worked with Toys for Tots, and so we probably helped, I would say, 150 families.
Wow.
Probably wouldn't have Christmases get a Christmas.
Wow. Well, is there anything else you think my listeners should know about you?
Well, I would definitely recommend, if you guys are interested in learning more about EZWay, go to EZWayFamily.com. And Tiberius, you need to create your account. I know your dad has an account, but we need to create your account and help get your persona, your personality out there more. I want to help promote your show. I recommend all my EZWay family to watch the Tiberius show. And if you're local, if you want to get more involved, you can text the letter E, letter Z, WAY to the number 55678. If you're interested in being on any of the shows that we have in our magazine, on our stages, or anything that we can benefit you with, you can email us at support@EZWayNetwork.com. That's letter E, letter Z. And ultimately follow Tiberius. Any of you, any people that are Tiberius fans, Tiberius, I want you to create your profile, and I want your fans to follow you to help you scale as much as possible with the EZWay family and the EZWay network.
Okay. Now, what is that one question that you think I forgot to ask you?
These are great questions. I would say, Eric, what is it that you feel made you the most successful in your life? What is what is a tool that helped you be the most successful in your life, in your career? Does that sound like a good question?
Well, what is that tool?
Well, you got to ask me it.
Well, yeah, what is the tool?
The tool would be the microphone, Tiberius. I think the microphone is the most powerful tool ever. And then to go in conjunction with that is any type of CRM that captures database that a microphone creates. And so I've had a show on KDOC, KXLA, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, and their media network. We're on Roku, Apple, Amazon. We're talking to distribution companies with like Netflix and Tubi, and like things are getting big now. And guess what? It all came from a microphone. So
Wow.
One microphone, one stepping stone, your success.
Okay. Now, thank you so much, Eric, for being my special guest. Can you stick around for Math Corners?
I will stick around for whatever you need me for, Terrence. And smile. I'm going to do a little screenshot here. All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Tiberius's favorite subject, it's Math Corners!
Thank you so much, Eric, for helping me with Math Corners. This week, we're going to do some more multi-step word problems. My dad is always good at finding new problems for me to solve. Today, we're going to talk about yogurt.
Yogurt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, Tom and Sari went to Jayla's yogurt shop for frozen yogurt. Tom got 8.6 ounces of strawberry frozen yogurt, and Sammy got 8.2 ounces of chocolate frozen yogurt. Their frozen yogurt costs 50 cents per ounce. So, How much do they pay in all? Well, first, this is a real world problem because we do sure like to enjoy yogurt, and I'm sure Jayla does want people to pay for her product.
So are you asking me that? Because you're gonna have to repeat that because I gotta add it up in my head. Or are you giving the answer?
I think I'll explain it for you.
Okay.
So to solve this one, you have to figure out how much yogurt they actually got. So you take the 8.6 from Tom and the 8.2 from Sammy and add them together to 16.8 ounces. Now you have to multiply that by 50 cents. Well, that would be the harder way to do this problem. Well, the easy way is that the 50 cents is half of $1. So that means every 2 ounces is $1. Now you can take the 16.8 ounces and divide it by 2 and get $8.40. Oh yeah, big boy thinking.
That's what I got, $8.40.
So Eric, are you good at finding the easy way on some more complicated word problems?
Yep, Tiberius, I got my calculator open right in front of me. I'm cheating.
No, Eric, my teacher said that I would use math every day. Do you use math in your work?
You have to. Yeah, no, math is an important one, especially with as many sales as we do. And we also have to keep track of over 200 something members and all the stuff that they do. So, yeah, definitely you use math every day in your everyday life for sure.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Eric, for your help with Math Corners. And now it's time for the Heart of a Lion. As you know, we talk about the qualities of living by the Heart of a Lion, which stands for leadership, integrity, obedience, and ability. This week, we're going to talk about nobility. For me, I think nobility is remembering we are God's special possessions and acting in a noble way, showing courage and honor. The qualities of nobility are goodness, virtue, honor, generosity, and selflessness. Well, this week, I learned about a lady from my dad's Rotary Club. She talks about how to do service over self and travels all over the country showing people how to raise money for other charities. Some even call her the Rotary Geek. She believes true happiness comes from giving back to others and says that work may be a 4-letter word, but volunteering is not. She is very generous with her time and spreads the message of how to be selfless. This is very, very noble. I know I ask my dad every time he does work for free, how does that make money? And he says that it comes back to you almost every time and you might not even be aware of how it comes back to you. But helping others is never bad. The Rotary Club teaches service over self, and that is very noble. I think more kids should learn more about Rotary.
I agree. Well, it's funny that you mentioned the Rotary Club because one of our members, one of my friends, is one of the regional directors of all the Rotary clubs in their region. Wow. And the Rotary Club is a very noble and humble organization, and we've done a couple events related with Rotary Club.
Wow. So Eric, did you see or use nobility at all this week?
Oh, big time, Tiberius. We actually have a nonprofit called EZWay Cares, and we are constantly helping others with whatever. We're always offering and volunteering our services for good causes, and we don't charge a dime for the right causes and what we do. So a lot of times we'll give people $10,000 campaigns, for free, depending on the cause. And mentioning Better Vision for Children again, I definitely think that they're probably one of the best nonprofits as far as being noble and humble when it comes to kids and helping their vision.
Okay. Well, of all of the Heart of a Lion virtues, which is the one that you see the most? Of leadership, integrity, obedience, and ability.
Well, I mean, the fact that anybody is a leader in their business and they're willing to give back and they're willing to do something without charging, and I see a lot of people doing it with like JV, but people do it with the intent of getting something back. When I see people do it without looking to get something in return and they just do it because they really want to help people, that I really commend those people, and I think that they're really noble, and it's great that they do business in that manner.
Mm-hmm. Well, we should always try and be lion strong in everything we do, shouldn't we?
Yes, we should, definitely. And the heart of the lion, and you need to have the courage of a lion, and not be afraid. You know, I'm going to say this too on your show. Don't be afraid to mention God. Don't be afraid to mention, things that are giving you guidance. And some people are afraid to mention that. So I'm happy to have a heart of a lion and say I'm a man of God, and you guys should be too.
And that's our show, folks. I want to thank the one, the only, the amazing Eric Zuley for being on my show. It has been so much to talk about today. I think we learned a lot about the EZWay network, and I can't wait to see your next projects.
Thanks, Tiberius. I appreciate you for allowing us to promote a little bit and raise a little bit more awareness on what EZWay does. And if your audience wants to join us, we do a wonderful Zoom event, which allows you to pitch your purpose and gain more followers to your Facebook, to your whatever platform you use, your Instagram, or our platform, EZWay Wall of Fame or EZWay Interactive. And so they can join us on Zoom anywhere, all over the world, and meet celebrities and meet really, really cool people. So EZWay Family, letter E, letter Z, WAY, family.com to register and learn more.
Well, also, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at The Tiberius Show. And please be sure to visit The Tiberius Show on YouTube and subscribe. Also, be sure to listen to us next week on The Tiberius Show with your host, Tiberius Boy!